So guys, you know what I've been thinking? What if Liverpool and Manchester City meet in the EFL Cup final, or I should say Carabao Cup final, the other sponsors, you know? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. We could see 3 meetings between the two teams this season, potentially 5 meetings. What if they meet in the Champions League again? Or what if they meet in the FA Cup? Guys, I'm just obsessed about Man City versus Liverpool. This has just become quite an obsession for me, and I know it's an obsession for a lot of you guys because these are the 2 front runners to win the English Premier League this season, or maybe front runners to win the EFL Cup, FA Cup, or even the Champions League. I just simply love it, man. I love it. Guys, I'll be doing a lot of Man City versus Liverpool videos in the future, so just look for them. Also guys, if you're interested in getting a football card with yourself on it, your flag on it, your team on it, guys, personalized stats, visit cardsplug.com/dominicrichfc. Use the coupon code dominicrichfc to get yourself 15% off. Messi, Ronaldo, Kevin De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, all these guys have cards, and I think you deserve one too. So since I've become a bit more business savvy on the channel, guys, let's get down to business. Let's talk about today's EFL Cup results, and let's do a prediction for tomorrow's marquee fixtures. For those of you guys who are coming back to the channel, thanks again for your continued support. For the new viewers, thank you for clicking the video. My name is Dominic Rich. I run this channel called Dominic Rich FC, where I talk about football all year long. International football, club football, whatever football, I do it right here. So please consider hitting the subscribe button to become a part of this lovely community. Okay, let's get down to business for real now. Crawley Town 1, Colchester 3. Crawley Town, who are currently 17th in League 2, defeated Norwich and Stoke City to make it to the round of 16. As for their rivals, Colchester, who are currently 9th in League 2, they were responsible for the giant killings of Tottenham Hotspur and Crystal Palace. These 2 teams met earlier in the league, and Crawley Town came out 2-1 victors at home. But it would be Colchester who would get their revenge on the day, picking up a 3-1 victory. So they would move on to the quarterfinal despite me actually predicting Crawley Town to win. And I feel kind of stupid right now because I should have predicted Colchester to win, like they defeated Tottenham and Crystal Palace, and I still predicted them to lose only because they lost early on in the season. That was kind of a dumb prediction. I should have definitely took the signs. You knocked out Tottenham, knocked out Crystal Palace. Oxford United 1, Sunderland 1, Oxford United 4, Sunderland 2 in the penalty shootout. So Oxford United moves on to the quarterfinals. For Oxford United, who are currently 5th in League 1, they defeated West Ham United 4-0 to make it to the 4th round. As for Sunderland, who are currently 8th in League 1, they defeated Sheffield United. And despite Oxford doing so well in the last round, I predicted Sunderland to go through. So that's 2 wrong in 2. Bad predictions, Dominic. Bad predictions. And my reasoning for predicting Sunderland to go through is that these 2 teams met early on in the season. They played to a 1-1 draw, and I was, you know, going more towards Sunderland here. They could have pulled it off, but if it wasn't for Will Grigg, who missed his penalty, and another player, he kicked it straight to the goalkeeper, they could have won, and I could have gotten a prediction right. So far, I got none right, but I think it's gonna get better. So that's Colchester and Oxford United on to the quarterfinals. Guys, are we gonna see some giant killings here? Because these 2 teams are in the 3rd and 4th tier of English football. I would love to see some giant killings, especially if it's not against us. Burton 1, Leicester City 3. Burton, who are currently 13th in League 1, defeated Bournemouth to make it to the 4th round. So that was some impressive stuff. But coming up against Leicester City, who just smashed Southampton 9-0, I don't think they stand a chance, despite Leicester playing a weaker 11. Leicester City, who are currently 3rd in the Premier League, defeated Luton Town to make it to the 4th round. And guys, if you notice that I said 4th round and round of 16, it's the same thing. Leicester's first goal was scored by Kelechi Iheanacho in the 7th minute, and that must have done a whole lot of good for his confidence because he has been going through somewhat of a goal drought. Their second goal came in the 20th minute, courtesy of the young Belgian star Yuri Telemans. But James Maddison coming off the bench made it 3 for Leicester. James Maddison, man, what a player. I think Leicester City should do whatever they could to hold on to this player. Pay him more. Pay him like way more. Pay him what a team like City or Liverpool or even Man United would pay him. Don't lose another good player. So Leicester City moves on to the quarterfinals, and they look like a team who could actually win this tournament. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Everton 2, Watford 0. Oh my God, Watford's woes continues. I knew Everton would have won this game. That's what I predicted. So I predicted Leicester to win, predicted Everton to win. So that's 2 predictions wrong, 2 right. So I'm back in the swing of things. Everton, who are currently 16th in the Premier League, defeated Sheffield Wednesday to make it to the 4th round. As for Watford, who are currently 20th in the Premier League, still without a win in the league, but they did win in the EFL Cup. But with today's loss, they would sink further into depression. They defeated Swansea City to make it to the 4th round. Everton and Watford did meet early on in the season, with Everton picking up a 1-0 win. And that's the reason why I actually predicted them to win this game. Nah, I'm just kidding. Everton actually has a better backup brigade than Watford. Watford has just been horrible this season. They can't seem to find the back of the net. 3 draws in their last 3 Premier League games, and now, you know what? He should have played Isaac Success. That's the biggest mistake he made, not playing Isaac Success. Everton's goals were scored by Mason Holgate and Richarlison. So this must do a world of good for Marco Silva and his boys, because they have been struggling in the Premier League. Marco Silva is under a lot of pressure. He could be facing the sack if their form does not improve. But with this win, staying in the cup would surely help his cause. Guys, do you think Marco Silva will get sacked before the year ends? Let me know in the comment section down below. So that's Colchester, Oxford United, Leicester City, and Everton into the quarterfinals. Man City 3, Southampton 1. Congratulations to my team, man. Congrats to my team. That was a very, very comfortable win. Southampton coming off of a 9-0 battering by the hands of Leicester City, and I knew they were going to lose this game. No way they were going to win this game. But they did better. It was much better. A much better performance. Despite them not really troubling us too much in the first half, it was a better performance. 3-1 compared to 9-0, not bad. But across 2 games, 12-1, Hassan Hutel is under a lot of pressure. You could see how tense he was during the game. Both teams made quite a bit of changes to the 11s that they played over the weekend. For Manchester City, Angelino came in for Benjamin Mendy and later hopped off with a hamstring injury, so hopefully he's not gonna be out for too long. Because we know Benjamin Mendy is very fragile, Zinchenko is currently out injured, and if Angelino goes, we will officially have no left backs. João Cancelo could play left back, but we want players in their real positions. We don't want players, you know, playing makeshift left backs and makeshift center backs, and we don't need that. We really don't need that. Nicolas Otamendi and Eric Garcia were the 2 center backs today, and they were quite impressive. Nicolas Otamendi is such a mercurial player. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's straight trash, but he was good. Really, really good today. Scored the opening goal, and he was brilliant in defense. At right back, Kyle Walker came back into the team, and he was quite brilliant on the day. I know I use the word brilliant a lot, but still, that's exactly how he played. He was brilliant. He even picked up an assist. A rare assist, but I like that. I like what I see. I would actually love if Kyle Walker could emulate Trent Alexander-Arnold with those deliveries that he always provides. But in defense, Kyle Walker, we know, is a more solid option. In the middle of the field, we saw Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, and Tommy Doyle. It was really nice to see Pep Guardiola trusting the younger players today. But then again, you're playing Southampton, a wounded team. But when you really think about it, wounded dogs are very, very dangerous, but Southampton were far from that today. They're wounded, but maybe right now they are in critical condition. So look out for Southampton. They play us this weekend as well, and I'm predicting another loss. The forwards today were Mahrez, Jesus, and Sergio Aguero, who bagged the brace. As for Southampton, who are currently 18th in the Premier League, bagged the consolation goal in the 75th minute through Jack Stevens. That was one thumping header, and it should give the team a teaspoon of confidence for the fixture this weekend. Overall, I think it was a very, very comfortable victory for Manchester City. We were hardly tested in the first half, but Southampton came out in the second half and tested Claudio Bravo on a few occasions and even picked up a goal. But this could have been a way more embarrassing scoreline if McCarthy did not pull off a few big saves. And not to forget that big block by Jan Bednarek. So my team Manchester City will join Colchester, Oxford, Leicester City and Everton in the quarterfinals. As for Southampton, they look like a team destined to get relegated by the end of the season. Guys, what do you think? Let me know your answer in the comment section down below. As for the fixtures that will be played tomorrow, first place Liverpool, who defeated MK Dons, will take on 5th place Arsenal, who defeated Nottingham Forest. So when I say I want to see City and Liverpool in the final, they must get past Arsenal first, and Arsenal is a team that hasn't really been playing well as of late. Losing to Sheffield United and then giving up a 2-0 lead against Crystal Palace, the captain Granit Xhaka being booed off the field, and then in turn telling the crowd to fuck off. Unai Emery freezing Mesut Ozil out the team. They're just in a state of mess over there. Like, your captain has to be a leader, and if the fans don't trust him no more, something needs to get done. But Unai Emery, I have to blame you, because you should have chosen the captain of this team and not leave it to the players to choose a captain. You should have taken charge and say, okay, I want you or you to be my captain, and we're going to work together to help Arsenal get back into the Champions League or even win the Premier League title. But you're doing this tame thing. You can't be so tame. You cannot be so tame. You have to take this reins. You have to take the reins and ride the horse like a fucking man. Okay, I went off a bit there. Sorry about that. I went off a bit. So Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool has already defeated Arsenal this season, but this is a whole different tournament. Both teams are gonna play weakened 11, or maybe not. Maybe both teams are gonna come full strength. I'm gonna say this right now. If Liverpool plays a second 11, like with all the youngsters coming up from the academy team and all of that, and like with James Milner and Joe Gomez and Lovren, and who's maybe Adrian in the goal, and Mohamed Salah, Firmino or Mane, like all three of these guys don't play, Liverpool are going to lose this game, believe me, because Arsenal's youngsters look good. Whenever they play, they look good. Pepe is going to play, Aubameyang might play, Lacazette might play. So if Liverpool underestimates Arsenal in this game, like a wounded dog, they could bite. They could bite back, and they could knock Liverpool out of this competition. But it might not be a bad thing for Liverpool though, because they're currently focusing on winning their first ever title in the Premier League era, focusing on Champions League, defending their title and all. So if they have one less cup match to worry about, that might turn out to be a very good thing, just like they did last season. So who knows, Jurgen Klopp might just throw the youngsters out there, go out there, have some fun, do your best. I'm pleased with whatever the result. I know the board is probably not even expecting them to win the EFL Cup, but I think they should actually take this thing seriously, yeah. As for Arsenal, they really need this win. This win could boost their spirits. Defeating Liverpool at Anfield, that would be huge for Arsenal. But the way they have been playing as of late, guys, I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. That's why I'm gonna go for a Liverpool win here. I actually think Jurgen Klopp is gonna take this thing seriously, and maybe we'll see Mane and Salah play. Maybe not Salah, maybe Mane and Firmino will start this game. Aston Villa, who are currently 15th in the Premier League, they defeated Brighton to make it to the 4th round. They will take on Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are currently 12th. They defeated Reading in pens. These two teams would also meet each other in the league on November 10th. Aston Villa, Wolves, this one is hard. This one is hard. Wolves have been playing a lot of games lately. Europa League, EPL, Aston Villa, they okay, you know, win well one week, next week they lose. This game, I'm going to go for Nuno Espirito Santo and Wolves. They have a very gritty outfit, and I think they got what it takes to get over Aston Villa. Their backup brigade is quite good as well. So my pick, Wolverhampton Wanderers. For the final matchup, Chelsea, who are currently 4th in the English Premier League, they defeated Grimsby Town 7-1 to make it to the round of 16. They take on Manchester United, who are currently 7th in the league, and they defeated Rochdale on penalties. They almost didn't make it to the round of 16. So how do you think they will fare in this match against Chelsea, a team they have already smashed 4-1 early on in the season? But this is a different Chelsea. Chelsea have transformed, while Man United are still trying to find their feet in the league. So my prediction for this game, I don't need to go too much into talking too much here, but my prediction for this game, I'm going to go for Frank Lampard's Chelsea and his U team to defeat Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his youth team, because I know he's going to come with a youthful 11 as well, but I think Chelsea's youth are actually better. Guys like Pulisic, Tomori, Abraham, Reece James, Mason Mount, even Kovacic is kind of young, you know, and we might see a few more youngsters come into the team as well. Kepa, will he start, or will we see Willy Caballero? Maybe Caballero might start this game. And for Man United, who knows, maybe Romero would be the goalkeeper. So we might see two backup teams, but I think Chelsea is actually better, as I just said. For Man United, will they risk playing Anthony Martial, who has just come back from injury? Maybe not, maybe off the bench. Rashford has picked a bit of form, but the other players really need to step up. But I'm going to go for Chelsea to win this game and join Wolves, Liverpool, Man City, Leicester, Everton, Colchester and Oxford in the quarterfinals of this year's EPL Cup. Or I should say Carabao Cup, my bad. So the draw for the quarterfinals will be this Thursday, and I don't want Liverpool in the quarterfinals. I want to meet them in the finals. So with two smaller teams in Oxford and Colchester into the quarterfinals, guys, do you think we would see at least one giant killing? I would actually love to see that though. I would really relish that. So guys, that's it for my coverage of today's EFL Cup results and predictions for tomorrow's matches. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget to visit cardsplug.com/dominicrichfc. The link would be in the description box down below, guys. Every purchase from Cardsplug helps to support the channel. Don't forget that. Business savvy. Also guys, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up for the effort. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, which will be tomorrow, peace out. Rich Squad. That was a great show.